Hello all. Let us look at the n queens problem solution using backtracking approach. So let me introduce the n queen problems in a systematic way. So we are provided with an n is to n matrix, that is a square matrix containing n number of rows and n number of columns. So n is the number of rows and n is the number of columns, that is, and n is the number of rows. So the problem is that we need to place n queens in an n is to n matrix in such a way that number one, no two queens are facing each other row wise. Number two, no two queens are facing each other column wise. And number three is no two queens are facing each other diagonally. So this was the problem statement. Now let us try to solve it using backtracking approach. As I have already discussed that while solving any problem using backtracking, we are requiring two functions. One is b and one is t. Fine. So b is our bounding function, or you can also say it is our criterion function. Fine. So we need to define both these. So let us look at the b first. So b means the bounding function. It should constitute from the three implicit conditions which I just listed above. Means it should cater with the no two queens facing each other row wise condition, no two queens facing each other column wise condition, and no two queens facing each other diagonal wise condition. Okay, so we need to think about the bounding function b. Fine. So let us consider the four queens instance. So this was the instance containing four rows and four columns, and we need to we need to place four queens in the manner specified above. Okay, so now we wish to have the definition for our function b. So now consider the first implicit constraint, means when no two queens were facing each other row wise. Fine. So for keeping a check upon this condition, assume that we are having a queen, that is I and j, and suppose we wish to place the new queen at the new location, that is KL. We are already having a queen that is placed at ijth location. Ij may be anything, means this may be ij and this may be KL. Fine. So we are assuming that I and j column was already filled with a queen. Now we wish to have a queen at KL column. Now what should be the method to check if KLth queen, or you can say queen that is to be placed in KLth location, will be facing ijth queen row wise. So we need to just put a check that if I is equal to k, it means both these queen I and j will be facing with the queen KL. Fine. So this is the first condition. Now move to the second one. If two queens are facing each other column wise, in this case we are going to make a check between j and l. If it is equal, it means we will say that I and j was facing column wise to k and l. Okay, so this is the condition for the first one. This is the condition for the second implicit constraint. Now move to the third one. Okay, now to write the expression for the third implicit constant, let us consider a situation where again 4 is to 4 matrix was there. Okay, now we need to draw the diagonals. How many diagonals are there? So this is going to be diagonal number 1, this is going to be diagonal number 2, this is going to be diagonal number 3, then diagonal number 4, and then diagonal number 5. So these all are the diagonals for this 4 is to 4 matrix. You may say that these are the diagonal which are bottom, left, and going to top right. So this is the nature of all these diagonals. Suppose we wish to have a condition where two queens are facing diagonally, means I and J location was already filled with the queen, and we wish to check whether KL is facing it diagonally or not. So let us consider this diagonal. So this is your location 1 and 2, fine, and this is your location 2 and 1. Now this is your 1 and 3, and this one is your 2 and 2, fine, and this is your 3 and 1. Okay, now move to this diagonal. This is location 4 1, this is 3 2, this is your 2 3, and this is 4 and 1. And just the similar lines you can fill the arguments for these column, these boxes also, these one. Now try to observe the nature. What exactly is the condition that justifies the placement of two queens in the same diagonal? Look at this and look at this. So 2 plus 1 3, 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 1 4, 2 plus 2 4, 1 plus 3 4. Done. 3 then 4 plus 1 5, 3 plus 2 5, 2 plus 3 5, 4 plus 1 5. Okay, so we may say that if I plus j is equal to k plus l, then the two queens will be facing each other diagonally for this column, for this nature of the diagonals. Done. Now move to the next condition. Means these were the diagonals which are moving from bottom left to top right. Now consider the another set of diagonals, which is 1 2 3 and 4, 1 2 3 and 4. So this is the diagonal number 1, then the diagonal number 2, then the diagonal number 3, then the diagonal number 4, then the diagonal number 5. So these are the diagonals which are moving from top left to bottom right. So this is the nature of these diagonals. Now try to have the arguments for each box. So this is your 3 1, this is 4 2. Done. Now move to this one. This is 2 and 1, this is 3 and 2, this is 4 and 3, this is 1 and 1, this is 2 and 2, this is 3 and 3, this is 4 and 4. Fine. This is 1 and 2, then 2 and 3, then 3 and 4. In the same way, 1 3 2 4. Now try to have the condition that justifies the placement, or you can say placement of two queens and which are facing each other. So let us pick this diagonal, which is 3 1 and 4 2, first one. Then try to pick this one. So 2 1, then this 3 2, and this 4 3. This forms this diagonal. This is diagonal number 1, this is diagonal number 2, suppose. So this is the condition, or you can say arguments for diagonal number 1, arguments for diagonal number 2, and which are showing that queens are diagonally facing each other. I try to have some expression out of this as well as from this. Okay, Now if we write that if this is ij and this is kl, if we write that if I minus k is equal to j minus l, fine, then just check is this fine with this diagonal and this diagonal. Try to fill it. I in this case is 3, k is 4. Is it equal to 1 minus 2? Yes, it is. Now go for this diagonal. Check it for these two elements. So 2 minus 3 is equal to 1 minus 2. Minus 1 is equal to minus 1. It is 2. Now go for this one, this pair. It means 3 minus 4 is equal to 2 minus 3. Minus 1 is equal to minus 1. So this is the desired condition. Means to say, if I minus k is equal to j minus l, then these two queens are going to face each other diagonally, and that diagonal was of nature from top left to bottom right. So we are having two expressions till now, one satisfying the one set of diagonal and the other one, that is if I plus j was equal to k plus l. So this was for the second diagonal. Done. Now we wish to have a combined expression out of this. We wish to have a combined expression out of this. So how to write that? Now try to adjust this expression as just try to write it that j minus l is equal to k minus I. Can we write this? Yes, no. Now look at these two equations now. Suppose this is equation number 1 and we can write it that j minus l is equal to I minus k, and this is the second one. We can again write it j minus l is equal to k minus I. Fine. So these are our two final expressions. So this, the only difference is between the two expressions is it's a sign. Fine. So if we can make a single expression out of these two and write it in the form of j minus l, its absolute value, if it is equal to the value of k minus I. Fine. So this is going to be our final expression for our boundary condition. So this is going to be our bounding function. Bounding function, a function that satisfies all the implicit constraints, which satisfies all the implicit constraints. Fine. So we are going to make use of this function. Now let us try to write the bounding function in the form of a place function which is having two arguments, one is k and one is I. The exact purpose of this place is that it should return true if we are able to put a queen that is numbered as k, or you can say if we are able to put kth queen in ith column, or else it should return false. Fine. Now try to understand, try to get deeper in. It is talking about kth queen, or we may say we are trying to place the queen in kth row. So one and same thing, kth. Fine. And we are trying to place it in ith column. Fine. So this was our position in 4:4 matrix. These are the rows, these are the columns. So we are trying to place a queen at ith column. Let it be ith column and let it be the third, k is equal to 3. So we are trying to place a queen at ith column of row number k. If the queen is not facing diagonally, row wise or column wise, then we need to make it sure by checking the queens which are already placed. And as we are working at k, so it means k minus 1 queens were already there, in the matrix. Fine. So we need to check whether from row number 1, or you can say row number queen number 1 to queen number k minus 1, are they violating the implicit constraint when a queen was placed at k and ith position, or you can say when kth queen was placed in ith column, or when a queen in kth row was placed at ith column. So this is going to be our purpose. This is going to be the overall output from the place ki function, which is the proper bounding function which we will be using. And let x vector denote the final result. Fine. It means if you are trying to place a queen at k ith location, then 1 to k minus 1 queens, or you can say the rows, were already filled. It means if array x was there, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and if we are trying to place a queen, or you can say if we are trying to find the value of x of 3, then we are sure that values of x1 and x2 were already there, already filled. Only then we are going to check for the third row or the third queen. Fine. So x is representing our earlier result, or x of 2, if it is equal to j, it means the second queen was placed at 2jth location. Try to understand this, because the row number, or you can say the queen number, are same in our solution to n queens problem. Fine. Now let us try to write the algorithm for place of k of I. So this is your place function. We are trying to place kth queen in ith column, or we are trying to place a queen in kth row and ith column. So we need to make a check on the previously placed queens. So j is equal to 1 to k minus 1. We need to run a loop and let it be its beginning. Fine. Now it says that if x of j was equal to I, this is the condition for checking whether any of the queen that was placed previously is in the ith column or not. So this is the check for that. Okay, so it is checking for our second implicit constraint. Or what exactly we want? We want to inculcate the third implicit constraint. The third implicit constraint is that or absolute value of x of j minus I is equal to absolute value of your j minus k. Done. If any of these conditions is true, this is for column wise checking, and this is for diagonal. Okay, try to understand. I have just explained it. Okay, so it says that if this condition is true, then we'll say that it has to return false. We cannot place the queen in the ith column because already a queen was placed in ith column earlier. If it is false, it means the algorithm didn't return. Then we will return true. Will return true. after this loop. After this loop we are going to return true. Means to say it has made a check for all the previously placed queens. Previously we have placed k minus 1 queens. If we are going to make a check for kth queen, so we ran a loop for j is equal to 1 to k minus 1. It checked whether the previously placed queen was there in the ith column or in the same diagonal. If it is true, if any of these was true, then it has to return false. If the loop ended and we reach to this statement, then it is going to return true. Means we can place the queen at this column of the kth row, or the kth queen can be placed at ith column. So this is going to be our bounding function, which we will use in the n queens algorithm. Fine. Now try to write the n queens algorithm, the complete n queens algorithm. So n queens algorithm is having an argument, that is the k. Fine. Now it runs for I is equal to 1 to n. N is the number of queens, or the size of the matrix, number of rows of the matrix or number of columns of the matrix. So within this loop it says that if place k of I is true, if this condition is true, means if we can place the kth queen at ith column, then we need to set that xk is equal to I. Means we need to put it in result that yes, we are able to put the queen k at ith column. Fine. Now along with this, if k is equal to n, means if we have reached to the result, then write x of 1 to n. Means we need to write the result, and if it is not, then we need to call the n queens algorithm with next row or the with next queen to place. Fine. So this is going to be the end of our for loop, and at last is going to be the end of our n queens algorithm. So all in all, this is the algorithm for our n queens problem. As more than one statements are there within this if loop, so just put the opening and closing braces out here. Let us try to trace the given algorithm for n queens to solve the 4 queens problem. So this is the algorithm. This is the 4:4 matrix, which is initially empty, and this is the desired solution vector x. So x1 basically belongs, or basically designate the column of the first queen, or the x2 denote the column number of the second queen. Okay, and we know that the queen number is as same as that of its row number. So this value x3 denotes the place in the third row where the queen was placed, where the third queen was placed, and in the same way in the fourth. Done. Now let us try to trace it. So the first call to the algorithm will be made using n queens and 1 and 4. Now this first loop will be executed. Now this for loop is actually working as our function t, which was generating the future values. Okay, so the future values means we are sitting at the root, and we can place the queen in 4 ways out here. So this t will generate these 4 locations. So what exactly it generated is that for this call I is going to be 1, 2, 3 and 4. Done. So we are having 4 options. So first it tried option number 1, means when I was equal to 1. Okay, I becomes equal to 1, so it made a check upon whether the place of 1 1 is equal to true or not. Means it is trying to place the queen here. We can very easily place it because it is going to return as true. Just try to trace place with these arguments. Okay, so it returned true, so we placed our queen here and we initialized xk, or x of 1 is equal to I, that is x of 1 is equal to 1. Okay, so we exhausted this call, and these three means I is equal to 2, 3 and 4, means these locations are just pushed onto the stack. Fine, these three are yet to be executed. Okay, and then we made a check whether k was equal to n, which is not, because we are just placing the queen in first row. We have just placed the first queen and we need to place it, we need to place 4 queens, or we need to fill 4 rows, so this condition is going to be false. So we move to the else part, that is the call to n queens with arguments 2 and 4. Okay, now we are working on the placement of second queen, or the queen in the second row. So again, that function t is going to result that we can place a queen in first, second, third and fourth. Okay, so again it generated 4 children. Okay, now it again picked the first one, that is I is equal to 1, and made the call to place of what exactly? Place of ki. So k in this case is equal to 2 and I is equal to 1, means we are trying to place a queen here, so definitely this function returns false. Okay, if false is there, it means this is done, this is exhausted. Now we are going to check for place of 2, means this one. Now try to place it, again this is going to return false, so this is also exhausted. Now move to the third one, that is place of 2 and 3, this one. Now this can be occupied by the queen, so place the queen here, because definitely it is going to return as true. Just try to trace the place algorithm, and along with this execute this, means xk is equal to 1, means x of 2 is equal to 3, so place it or fill it this also. Fine, then make a check whether we reach to the solution. We are not yet, so its else part will be executed and the next call will be made with nq 3 and 4. Fine, now try to observe that for this call 1 was exhausted, 2 was exhausted and 3 was exhausted, but 4 was there in the stack. This 4 was there in the stack. Fine, now consider this call 3 4. So when we are trying to place the third queen, or we are trying to place the queen in third column, then again t will come into action, so I will again be equal to 1 2 3 and 4. Done. So place will be called with argument as 3 1, so queen cannot be placed here, so 1 exhausted. Done. Then it will try to place it in the second column, again we cannot place because it is going to return as false, so that I is equal to 2 is exhausted. Then we will try to place third queen at third column, again it will return as false. So then we are going to place it in fourth column, so we'll call this 3 or 4, it again is going to result as false. Fine, it means all these cases, these all were explored and they all signaled to backtrack, so we need to backtrack to this one. Okay, so these becomes our dead nodes, and if all of its children become dead node, it means it also become dead node, it will also backtrack. Okay, now remain to the algorithm tracing only, leave that part. So all these 4 options were exhausted, 3 options were exhausted. So what exactly it means? That we started with the root, there were four options, four columns for the queen number 1 to be placed. So we followed the first one, and then for the second queen there were again four options, so we followed the third one, means x2 was equal to 3, so this was followed, and these two returned as backtrack, so we followed this one. And when we tried placing the third queen, means when we tried finding the value of x3, then all these nodes backtracked. If all these backtracked, means if they become the dead node, and this node whose all children are dead now, it also becomes the dead node. Fine, is it okay? It means it will backtrack now, and it will try the last option that is remaining for the queen number 2 to be placed. Fine, is it okay? Now again move to the same code. So all these four options were nullified, means we are not able to place a queen here. It means we are not yet able to get the value of x3 this here, we just cannot fill it. Done. So if these four options are exhausted, then we need to go for the stack. Within the stack, it was there was the last option that was equal to 4 for the second row. Okay, it means we need to nullify this. Okay, we need to nullify this, and we need to try it. We need to try placing the second queen in fourth column. Okay, so again just try to trace it. Just try to trace it. So what exactly we wish to have? We wish to place the second queen in fourth column, means this one. So try checking if we can place the second queen, or in the second row, if we can place a queen at fourth column or not. Definitely it is going to return as true. It means we placed the queen up here. Okay, it means the value of the x2 will also change. It will become equal to 4 now. Okay, and after having 4 in x2, this condition will be checked if we reach to the solution. We are not yet, so its else part will be executed once again. Okay, now when else part executed, it will be having arguments as 3 and k plus 1, means 3 and 4. Okay, so again I will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. It means we are going to place the queen in the third row. So first call will be with place 3 or 1, which is equal to false. Second call will be place of 3 and 2, which again will be false or true. What exactly will it be? It is going to be true, because we can have the queen here. So place the third queen here. It means we need to make x of 3 equal to 2. Okay, it means now we exhausted this one and this one, but these two are going to be there and going to be pushed onto the stack. So push them. So these two locations are falling onto the stack, are pushed onto the stack. Okay, so this is done. This statement is executed. Result of which is that we made x of 3 equal to 2. Now this one will be executed again. We have not yet reached to the result, so its else part will be executed. Else part will be executed with arguments 4 and 4, means we are trying to place fourth queen or fourth row. Okay, so again I will be equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yes, no. Now place of 4 and 1 will be false. Okay, unplaceable. Then place of 4 and 2 again will be false, cannot place. Place of 4, 3 again will be false. Then place of 4 and 4 will be false again. Okay, we just cannot place the queens in any of the column in these conditions. It means all these 4 exhausted. Okay, all these 4 exhausted, and to better understand it, we are not able to place queen in any of these columns. It means it will backtrack to what? These two values 3 and 4 for the third queen are yet onto the stack, so we need to pull them back. Okay, so pop them. It means we need to just delete this. It means this was the false alarm. Okay, now we need to pop this value and we need to check whether place of 3 or 3 is going to return as true or not, but it is false, so I will not be able to pursue with this. Now check for fourth. If place of 3 and 4 is true, this one, which is again false, it means these all exhausted. Okay, it means we need to go back where? We need to go back to the row number 2 here. If we went to row number 2, we observed that queen was already at the fourth location, fourth column, so no more column is left. It means we need to backtrack, we need to delete this also. We need to just delete this one. We need to go for its. So in the second row, queen was placed at the fourth column, and this 4 was also exhausted. It means this has to be deleted, so we deleted this. We deleted the result for the second queen also. It means when we need to move to the first row, and we know that for the first row, first option was exhausted. Okay, it means all the options leading by placing the first queen in first column exhausted. Fine, so we need to delete this also. Okay, so this need to be deleted, and the second option, that is I is equal to 2, is the need of the hour. It is to be explored. So now go for the second option, means try placing queen here. Now try to trace it further. So we know that till now what we did is that we tried placing the queen in the first column of the first row, but we failed, or you can say that this option exhausted. Okay, and the tree that was made for this tracing was that we pursued this branch, and then further then they result in the backtrack options, and then it also backtracked, and so we went to this branch. Okay, so now we need to try placing a queen at 1 and 2. So it returned true, so we placed the queen out here. Fine, so we placed the queen in this branch according to this branch. Fine, and accordingly the result was also updated. Now after placing the queen and after execution of this statement, this was checked because we are not yet up to the result, so the next statement will be executed, which is equal to n queens of 2 and n. Done. We are going to place the queens in the second column, and needless to say that these two are still there onto the stack. So again I will become equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. It means we are going to consider these 4 options. Fine, so consider I is equal to 1. When I is equal to 1 was considered, then I21 was called, it resulted in falseness, so we cannot place the queen here. Then place of 2 was called, it also resulted in failure because we cannot place the queen here. Next, place of 2 and 3 was called. Okay, again we cannot place the queen out here, so this is also exhausted. Then we called place of 2 and 4, so it resulted in 2. So we place the queen here. Fine, and the fourth one is also exhausted, and we updated the result to carry x2 to be equal to 4. Okay, so this statement was executed, this was executed, and now we reach to n queens. recursive call to 3 and 4. Okay, this is also equal to 4. This is also equal to 4. Fine. Now again I will be having value 1, 2, 3 and 4. So place of 1, place of 3 and 1 will be called. So it will result into truthness. Done. So we can place the queen here in this column. Again accordingly we need to update the value also. X3 will contain 1. Fine. Now this 2, 3 and 4 will be there onto the stack. So these three values are still there onto the stack, only one is exhausted. So this is executed and move to the next one. That is the n queens with arguments 4 and 4 will be called. Okay, now try to extend the tree also. So it was backtracked, it was yes, no, it was backtracked, but we place the queen here, and now we are exploring the options for this one. And first of its branch, or you can say first of column, we are able to place the queen. So we are at this node now. X3's values we are finding. Fine. After placing this X3, we are going to place X4. Now again there are 4 options. We are exactly at this branch. We are trying to find the value of X of 4. Fine. So when X of 4 or fourth queen was trying to be placed, then first call, or you can say I was equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. So place of 4 and 1 was called. It returned in false because we cannot place the queen here. Then place of 4 and 2 was called. Again it returned false, we cannot place the queen here. So 1 exhausted, 2 exhausted, or you can say it returned, it backtracked, it also backtracked. Then place of 4 and 3 called. Then on 4 and 3 we can place the queen here. So we place the queen at 4 and 3. This one. This resulted in truthness. So this is our final solution. This is one of the solution for this. So this is the solution, and along with this we inserted that this is equal to 3. Done. We executed this one. Now we reached to this statement, this one. We checked if k is equal to n, 4 is equal to 4, it means we need to print x. Okay, and now after printing x, what is going to happen? What exactly is going to happen? It means it wrote x, so there will be no recursive call now because recursive call is following under the else clause. Done. It means no recursive calls, so it will pick the stack now. Values which were onto the stack now will be executed, or you can say because we were at the third column, we were able to place the queen in the third column, fourth is still pending. So again we will just move on after printing the one solution here. This will be printed and we will move on. We will try placing 4 and 4. It resulted in false because we were not able to place the queen here. So it will not print the solution, it will not place the queen here. Now I wish to inform that even after printing one solution we need to move forward because we wish to have all the solutions available for the n queens problem. Okay, so these 4 exhausted, it means we need to go to the third row, and within the third row only one was exhausted, so we need to check for the second one. We need to make a check for the second one. It means we need to go for this branch. We need to follow this branch. Can we have the solutions using this branch? Once this is done, then we are going to follow this branch. This is also done when we need to go for this branch. In this way, all the possible solutions of the n queens are going to be printed.